Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a quick recap of some news about Real Madrid from this week. We'll be talking about the team's injuries, Rodrygo, a bit about Ancelotti, and the coaching staff. Let's jump into the video. The team currently has several injured players. Tchouaméni, Mendy, Bellingham, Camavinga, Ceballos, Militao, Rudiger, and Jacobo, the young academy player that Ancelotti trusts to step in for Militao or Rudiger in case of injury or suspension. It's quite a long list, so I'll try to keep it brief, guys. Tchouaméni and Mendy, two key defensive players for the team who were called up by the French national team, returned to Madrid a few days ago to recover under the club's supervision. Both have been training in the Valladolid gym, and fortunately, everything points to them being available for the weekend's match. Jude Bellingham got injured during a Real Madrid training session on August 23rd, an injury that would keep him off the field for 4 weeks. But according to recent reports, Bellingham could return to training in the next few days, although he likely won't play until the first Champions League match against Stuttgart or Espanyol on Saturday, September 21st at the Bernabeu. Camavinga is making great progress in recovering from his sprained medial collateral ligament in his left knee. If everything goes according to plan, he might be back for the match against Alaves at the Bernabeu. Some reports suggest he could play against Atletico Madrid, but I think if he doesn't return on September 24th against Alaves, we'll probably see him in the Champions League match against Lille on October 2nd. Ancelotti usually doesn't rush players into high-pressure games like the derby against Atletico. Ceballos is one of the most unfortunate on this long list, having suffered a right ankle sprain that will keep him out until mid-November. Now, Militao picked up an injury during training with the Brazil national team. Real Madrid's medical team confirmed after running some MRI scans that the muscle injury is real but mild. He'll be out for about 10 days. This could give Jesus Vallejo an opportunity, who was almost on his way out of the club a few days ago. Now, he might play against Real Sociedad. It's worth mentioning that Vallejo himself reported some muscle discomfort recently. Rudiger didn't travel with the German national team because he's undergoing conservative treatment for early-stage osteoarthritis in one of his knees. He's been playing with discomfort. Not enough to keep him off the pitch, though, but it does mean he'll need rest from time to time this season. As if that weren't enough, Jacobo Ramon, the young center-back from the academy, has also suffered a muscle issue and won't be available to help the team for a while. No clear reports on how long he will be off the pitch. Finally, Arda Güler limped off the field in the 88th minute of Turkey's match against Wales last Friday, but thankfully it turned out to be a false alarm, according to the Turkish national team coach in a press conference. On the bright side, Valverde is back in Madrid after receiving a yellow card in his last game, meaning he wouldn't have been able to play in Uruguay's next match on Tuesday anyway. That's one less player at risk of injury with his national team. So, that's some good news. Honestly, guys, I'm not sure how much value we can really give to these individual awards, which have been criticized for being very political and biased for a long time. Just as a reference, 2 years ago, after Real Madrid won both the Champions League and La Liga, the team was ranked the third best, behind Manchester City and Liverpool. But this year, there's a real chance that a Real Madrid player could win the Ballon d'Or. Out of the 30-player shortlist for the award, 7 are from Real Madrid: Vinicius Jr., Bellingham, Carvajal, Toni Kroos, Mbappe, Valverde, and Rudiger. Amazingly, Rodrygo Goes wasn't shortlisted. Rodrygo shared an image on his social media to express his surprise and to remind everyone of his achievements after being left out of the top 30 players. I guess we all would agree that he should be at least in the world's top 10, right? Real Madrid is also nominated, along with 4 other teams. for the Best Team of the Year award. The nominees are Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City, Girona, Bayer Leverkusen, and Real Madrid. We'll see if we make it to the third spot again. Our coach Carlo Ancelotti has received a generous offer from Saudi Arabia to coach a team there in either 2025 or 2026. The offer is worth 55 million US dollars, though we don't know for how many years that would be. Ancelotti had previously received an offer to coach the Brazil national team, as we all know, but turned it down to stay with Real Madrid. His current contract runs until the summer of 2026. The first name on the list to replace Carlo Ancelotti would be Xabi Alonso, the current Bayer Leverkusen coach, reigning Bundesliga champion, and former Real Madrid player. It's still too early to talk about any coaching changes at Real Madrid, but now we know that Carlo might eventually begin his retirement in Saudi Arabia. According to the English outlet The Athletic, Andy Mangan, who is currently working as an assistant coach at Stockport, a third division football club in England, is set to join Real Madrid. This move comes at the request and recommendation of Davide Ancelotti, due to the close relationship between the two. However, this is not just about friendship, but rather a professional decision, as part of a plan to hire specialists for each area of the game. Even though Andy Mangan didn't make a name for himself as a player in England, having never played in the top division, David recognizes him as a talented developer of forwards. Real Madrid hopes to finalize the negotiations and bring Andy on board as part of the coaching staff in the coming weeks. All right, that's all for today, people. As always, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again in the coming days.